My name is Lisa Loomer, and I won the Kleban Prize for Most Promising Librettist of the Year.
Now, you did the show Real Women Have Curves. That was
Yes.
done this summer, correct?
No, it was just
Just
done
done.
at ART in Cambridge, yes.
Yeah, because we interviewed Florencia, who was in your show.
Yes, yes.
What
she's
is
so
happening with that
marvelous.
show?
Well, it is flowering. It's going to move on. I can't tell you exactly where yet, but we had an incredibly successful experience at ART, and the show is going to keep moving on.
Are you working on any other projects?
Yes, I have been working on Like Water for Chocolate for about 9 years. It's taken a very, very curvy road, but I'm still involved with that. And I'm a playwright first, and I'm working on a play called Side Effects May Include.
What else have you done that we would know?
Some of my plays are The Waiting Room, Living Out. These were both done in New York. Distracted was done at the Roundabout, and other plays that have been in major regional theaters across the country.
Have you written any other musicals?
No, this is my very first musical.
Wow.
Yes.
So how do you like that foray now that you're here?
How do I like what?
How do you like being in this foray now that you're here?
I like it very much. It's very new to me. It's a very different form, but it's a glorious form. I still cry every time I hear the songs that you well, one of them.
They were
One of
wonderful.
them is not a tearjerker, but the other one it floors me, and I cry during rehearsal. So I love musicals because they can reach the heart in a way that nothing else can. I'm envious that I don't write music and lyrics, but I'm very glad to be working with people who do.
Is there a subject you would like to take on that you haven't had a chance to take on?
Well, I'm sure there are many. Right now I'm taking on Big Pharma in a play, so
Yay!
I'm
Not a big fan of them.
I'm taking on a formidable subject at the moment. Yeah.
And
No, I'll
What-
tell you what I would like to, if I could.
Yes,
I would
of
take on
course.
climate change,
oh, nice.
but I have not, and I'm in awe of people who are doing that. But in other words, you asked me what's a really, really important topic that I'd like to take on. That's one I'd like to take
Well,
on.
because I think deep down we have subjects that we would like people to know that we're
Yes.
interested in. So
Yes.
I always want to give whoever I'm interviewing that
Right.
chance to tell me.
Yes.
What are you going to do with the 100,000?
I'm going to pay my son's medical bills.
Oh, is he
To
sick?
be honest, yes, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm very, very, very grateful to be able to do it because it gives me some time to do my own work.
Is
So,
it too personal to ask what's wrong?
Yeah, probably. I shouldn't. Yeah. I'm
And-
just saying that because you never know. When you give someone an award, you don't know where especially it's an anonymous award, you don't know where they are in their life. You don't know what they're dealing with.
No, you don't.
And sometimes you are giving them a blessing, and you have no idea what a blessing it is.
Sometimes the most famous people that you think have money do not.
That's the truth as well.
I grew up in Beverly
Yeah.
Hills, and believe me when I tell you, it was the
Yes.
case for a lot of people.
Yes, you just don't know.
Well, I'm glad that you won it.
Yes, thank
And
you.
I look forward to seeing your work. I've been hearing a lot about Real Women Have Curves, and I'm looking forward to seeing
I'm
it.
looking forward to you coming to see it.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, I am Rona Siddiqui. I have just won the Kleban Award for Promise as a lyricist,
But you're also a composer.
and I'm also a composer.
I like your music. Where does that come from?
Everywhere, like I draw my influence from so many places, and then I think about a character and I get inside that character and I hone in on what their sound is.
In a sense, and this is a good comment coming from me. In a sense, your music is dark and haunting. It's almost like you're reaching inside of a soul that doesn't want to really speak, but does.
Ooh, wow, nobody has ever said that before. And
Well, I'm
that's-
really into music.
That's really interesting because I do feel like I tap into that vulnerability trepidatiously. And it's like I said in my speech, that it's scary to me. And so the fact that
Why?
because when you make yourself vulnerable, you open yourself up to judgment, criticism, ridicule, all sorts of things. And I think, like I said, I grew up a people pleaser, and I don't like to ruffle feathers. So it takes a lot for me to get to that place.
But don't you set yourself up for that without being vulnerable, just going out in the world every day?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I think you gain more by being vulnerable.
That's very true.
So what projects are you working on? Because I loved the Pigeon Song, which was so hauntingly beautiful.
Thank you.
And then the other song was hysterically funny.
Thank you. I tried to pick a good contrast.
You did. No, I was like, wow, that's the same person.
Yeah.
And your lyrics are funny.
Thank you. The show that When a Pigeon Flies comes from is called Salam Medina, Tales of a Afghan. And it's a semi-autobiographical show, very vaudevillian, uses a lot of American tropes to tell the story of me growing up bi-ethnic in America.
And the other song?
And the other song
I love the
was
other
called
song.
Om Shanti Om, and that was a one-off for a concert where I met a performer. I got matched with a performer. We went on a little blind date, and I wrote this song about her, and it just turned out pretty fun.
I did this film where Oh Shanti Oh was the song in the show. And
Oh,
I was
really?
like, oh no, how funny.
Yeah.
What else have you written? Like, where do we know you from? Because I know your name.
I wrote Hip Hop Cinderella, which was at the New Victory
Oh, yeah,
last
yeah,
season.
yeah.
Mhm.
That was great.
Thank you. Yeah,
You're welcome.
that was a lot of fun. And I've written a lot of just small one-offy things, and I've got many projects in the cooker. So
you said you have 5. I want to hear. What are they?
okay, so Salam Medina, Tales of a Afghan. I'm working on a show with Bryce Pinkham called it's
Love
a
him.
solo show for Bryce called Dignity Always Dignity.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. He's amazing.
Bryce is like no other. I'm writing a show with Chris Diaz, who writes with Alicia Keys on
Okay.
Hell's Kitchen, and Chris and I are writing a basketball show called Expect Victory. It's like 90s hip hop. It's super fun. I am writing on a show called Devil's Arithmetic with Lisa Peterson directing and Jim Lewis writing book. And
That one last one.
maybe we'll just leave it there.
Okay.
Oh no, I remembered. It's so new.
No, that's like me. I'm like kicking files in my head
Yeah,
constantly.
exactly. It's a brand new, like I literally just started it at good speed 2 weeks ago. It's with Lynn Rosen and Pia Wilson as book writers, and it's called Flow, and it's about the second wave of feminism, and it follows 3 women who are different branches of feminism in the late 60s.
Really? What subject would you like to take on that you haven't had a chance to take on?
I think a lot about religion and the positives and the negatives and the impacts on all of us.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always kind of kicking around in the background.
You have to see a play called Our Class down at BAM.
Okay.
It's
Is it now?
Yeah, it's playing now. Word of warning, it's heavy.
Okay.
Like I would have left at the end of the first act because I just couldn't take anymore.
Okay.
But it's 5 Catholics and 5 Jewish people, and it's about the Odessa massacre.
Okay.
Where, do you know about that?
I don't.
They took 1,600 Jews and put them in a barn and burnt them to death. But what's so
In this country?
No, in Poland.
In Poland, okay.
It's 8 centuries of people, and what's so devastating about it is you hate humanity by the end of it. I hated humanity.
That's
That's
the-
why I would have left. It's
That's
this
the
play
hard
is
thing about it.
brilliant, but in all those 10 people, there are only 2 that were innocent. The rest was paybacks and I'm going to get you. I'm going to save my life. I only care about me. And I'm sorry, that's not me.
No.
And I don't know how people live like that.
I don't
so.
either. I don't either. It's
I
like
think this is
they
an im-
detach themselves from their own humanity in
Yes.
the name of something else.
Yeah, why?
Why?
I mean, why is religion such a big deal? I don't get it.
I know.
I really don't get this. What are you going to do with the 100,000?
I am talking to a financial advisor tomorrow.
Oh, that's smart.
I want to be smart. I want to make it grow. So some of it will, of course, go toward career ambitions.
Of course.
And every time I have to do recordings and all that kind of stuff. Some will just be set aside for just a little breathing room in life, you know, and then the rest I'm just going to invest and put in savings and all that.
And one more question. Your music was so reminiscent to me of certain composers. So I want to know, who did you listen to? Who do you want to emulate? Who would you like to be in that same category with? When they mention, I want to be like Jason Robert Brown, who would you mention in that category?
I would start probably what most composers say, which would be Sondheim, in terms of using complexity to develop the complexity of your character. And I also love the quirkiness of Bill Finn. I music directed a production of A New Brain back in San Francisco before I came to New York.
I love
And
that
that show, I was like, oh, I didn't realize musical theater could do this. So that he was very inspiring to me. I would say those two would be the main ones.
I am so excited to hear more of your work, and thank you for being with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.